brain, you're in the nerds domain. Come on in, it's about to begin.
Hi, I'm Matt.
I'm Jesse.
And welcome to the Nerds Domain podcast. In this episode, we're joined by Dan and Tom from When Nerds Collide. And we're here to talk about some comic book teams. So, hey, hi Dan, Tom.
Hello, fellas.
Hello.
How's it going?
Very well, very well.
Fantastic.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your podcast before we get started?
Tom and I run a podcast called When Nerds Collide, and it's basically just he and I talking about maybe different themes or just anything we want to talk about, really.
Right. It's we've been friends for a while, and we used to have these long, drawn-out conversations over the phone or in person, and we decided, we ought to put this on the internet so everyone could hear and benefit from the wisdom of these conversations.
And get many, many ladies.
And you guys you always pick a topic and stick directly to that topic and never talk about anything else, right?
No!
So you might go off topic a little bit.
Just a tad.
Okay.
Just a tad. If you ever seen like the way tree limbs grow, that's kind of how it starts off. It starts off really good, and then it just branches off in several different directions.
One of my favorite parts of your guys' podcast is the quizzes that Tom makes up, or sometimes Dan makes some up. So those are always fun too. How often do you guys releasing your stuff?
We put out a show every week, fairly religiously. I think we recorded last night, and it was episode 18, and we've done 18 weeks in a row.
18.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Right on.
I know, right? I'm impressed with that.
The only exception was the week that I couldn't talk.
Yep. And that's when Matt came in, and that's
when I was on. Yep.
No Nerds Domain.
Right on. All right. Well, today we're going to get into comic book teams. I think hopefully everybody that's listening to this podcast is at least familiar with comic book teams. But I want to talk about kind of the composition of teams. I know, Tom, you're kind of the resident historian over there for comic books.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some of the past teams, what you like about the makeups of each team, who you'd like to see on specifically the teams I have listed here in our show notes. And then we're going to talk about something I like to call the ultimate team that I got the idea for out of a Wizards magazine from like 1998. So
I have that issue.
You have every.
Oh yeah, see, yeah.
I remember that one too.
So let's go ahead and start with the big two, Justice League. Let's start with them. What do you guys feel like is the best Justice League team? What members?
I have a list of the team that I would prefer to see, but it almost mimics what is my favorite era of the Justice League, and it's the one that I grew up with, the Satellite era.
Okay.
Satellite era.
So define that for us, would you?
When they lived in the satellite?
Yes.
Or when they had satellite TV?
No, yes, when they had satellite, when they first got their satellite television, and they couldn't fight crime anymore because they spent all day on some pirated porn. So,
that crazy Flash.
The satellite era team was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. I mean, it was Red Tornado, the Atom, Flash, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
You save more
Firestorm.
You save more time if you mention people who weren't on the team.
No, they wasn't that big.
You missed Elongated Man.
Yes, he was coming. Hawkman, Black Canary, and that for the most part is my dream team of the Justice League. The only variation I really have on it is instead of Hal, I would put Kyle.
I hate Kyle.
And instead of Barry, I would have Wally West.
I like Wally.
Everybody hates Kyle except Tom.
I guess so.
So anybody? So what about you, Dan? Any team specific to the Justice League that you really?
No really specific team, because anytime I basically read Justice League growing up, it was consisted of always the same characters. So I really don't have I wasn't a religious JLA reader, so I really don't have a specific time that they were together. Do you know what I mean? But I do have a list of a team I would love to see that I think would work out real well.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I've got Superman, the Flash, Hawkgirl.
Well, on which Flash here?
Yeah.
Oh, Wally, definitely
Okay.
Wally.
Okay.
Santana, the Atom,
Okay.
Ray Palmer,
Okay.
Hal, Green Lantern, and Dr. Fate. And I think that would be a really awesome team.
Is Dr. Fate a member of the league?
He is in my world.
Yeah, there was an incarnation of the Justice League when Fate was a member, when they revamped it back in the mid '80s.
In the late 80s,
Yeah.
in the early 90s.
I really just asked that question so Tom could look like a giant nerd.
Oh, you don't need to ask questions for that, sir.
I have no shame when it comes to that. It doesn't bother me.
What about you, Jesse? Who's the...
You only need 2 members.
Okay.
That's Superman and Batman.
Oh.
Because there's nothing the 2 of them together can't accomplish.
What if it's
Everybody else might as well be wearing a red shirt.
What if it's Thor?
Superman.
Magic.
Batman.
Magic again.
Technology beats magic.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Eh,
I don't like Batman in a team. I don't like him because he's just not a
you don't like Batman?
on a team.
He's not a team player.
Yes, he's not. Just like
He
Wolverine.
doesn't need a team.
Exactly, that's my point. So he doesn't really need to be on the JLA because how many times have I seen Superman be like, Batman, the JLA needs your help? He'd be like, screw you guys, I already solved it. They're like, oh,
You're forgetting Batman's superpower though. Selling books.
Arrogance.
Yeah.
I did forget one extra member. You're right. I need
Okay.
somebody to cover the magic side.
Okay.
Aquaman.
All right. Honestly, for me, my favorite JLA is the Justice League cartoon JLA. I really like Martian Manhunter. I really like Jon Stewart as Green Lantern. 'Cause that's Barry, isn't it? First, the Flash.
That's Wally.
That's Wally.
Is that Wally? I can't tell
But
them apart. All those Flashes look the same.
John Stewart was...
Jon Stewart. He's a policeman. He was actually the backup for Hal when Guy Gardner disappeared.
Right.
And they thought he was dead. Wow, I know way too much about Green Lantern. For a comic book I've never actually read, I know way too
Sure,
much.
you have.
And then, you know Aquaman, because it's Aquaman, but he's really not even on the team. But you got your Wonder Woman and your Hawkwoman, and I'm missing somebody.
Batman.
John, Martian.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter. Well, you know what? There's a cover here. It's essentially the new 52 Justice League, except take out Cyborg
Right.
and put in Jon Stewart instead of Hal Jordan.
See, that,
I think you should always take out Cyborg, though.
Cyborg's not a bad character, but I think he works better on the Teen Titans.
He's not a Justice League level character yet.
See, there's a bunch of reasons I chose the team I did. Like, I like Jon Stewart as a Green Lantern. That's no problem. But on a team, I think Hal has more experience, and I think he would play a better part in the team than John would.
More experience going crazy and becoming evil,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still experience nonetheless.
That's still experience there.
Man, listen, we need a new guy on our team that would go crazy and kill an entire city. Hal, you're on. Let's go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your guys' Justice Leagues. I guess Jesse doesn't really like the Justice League because Superman and Batman is actually called Superman Batman. They have their own book.
Yeah.
But see, you threw Thor at him, and Thor's from a different comics.
We'll get to that.
series, so
That's coming.
They couldn't fight them.
Lower down. So let's go to the Avengers, who, other than the Justice League, is the super team with the most members ever.
Right.
This is true.
Right.
So, Jesse, you know a little more about the Avengers.
Superman,
Who's your Avenger team?
Superman,
Well,
Batman.
you see, I would take the Avengers from the movie, except to throw out Hawkeye.
Throw out Hawkeye.
Really?
Can't
I would
throw out
I would
Hawkeye.
throw out Black Widow before I throw out Hawkeye.
No, I
Well, maybe
Dan
throw
is
out
right.
both of them. They're kind of just collateral damage.
have Black Widow.
Why?
It seems like they're the easiest. One mess up and they're dead.
One mess up and Captain America's dead. A bullet to the head still kills a super soldier.
But he's got a shield.
Yeah, like that never happened.
Oh, okay, fine. You can have your wrong opinion. So Tom, what about you?
To be honest with you, it was hard to pick like an era. of the Avengers. If I had to go with a specific era of the Avengers, I would have to do Kurt Busiek and George Perez's run right after Heroes Reborn. That was my.
That's a good run, yeah.
But for just my straight choice of members for the team, you can't have an Avengers team without Captain America and Iron Man. I mean, that they're like they're Marvel's version. That's 2 of the 3 for the Trinity.
Superman and Batman.
Yeah.
Are you okay with like Bucky and War Machine in their places?
No, not really. No.
That's called the West Coast Avengers.
Hank Pym in any of his incarnations. I like
really?
Hawkeye.
Hold on. Stop talking right there. Hank Pym?
Yes.
You hated him. You told me the reason you loved Age of Ultron was that Wolverine killed him.
I know. But
you said that was the best. I could stop reading comics right now because I've been waiting 30 years for this to happen.
I think he needs to be on the Avengers. They need a science guy.
Give Scott Lang. Give Scott Lang.
Scott Lang's not a science guy.
Well, still.
Yeah. Yes, he's a locksmith.
Yeah, there you go.
That's totally science.
They're like they can't get through a door.
Yeah, exactly. Wonder Man, Quasar, Luke Cage. I think that since Bendis has been writing Avengers, Luke Cage has kind of become like the heart and soul of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And
the attitude of the team.
Well, hey. And finally,
hold on, Jesse's got a thought.
But isn't Luke Cage from Mortal Kombat?
No,
that's Johnny Cage.
That's
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, Luke Cage, you're thinking of Power Man.
Yeah.
Power Man, that might be it. Yeah.
This is Power Man we're talking about.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, what did you just say, Power Man?
Because he doesn't go by Power Man.
Doesn't go by Power Man anymore. Even he finally realized that was a stupid name.
Do you think sometimes when he's home alone, he looks in the mirror and he puts on that tiara and just be like, I remember.
No, because he doesn't have the afro anymore, so it doesn't work.
That's why he reminisces. Sweet tiara.
Sweet Christmas.
Jive turkey.
And finally, Lionheart.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Was that the lady who's like got her kids killed?
Yes. Well, she got killed, and she couldn't when they brought her back. When Captain Britain brought her back, she couldn't tell her kids that she had been revived, or they'd have to die, or something like.
Right. Yeah, that was a post onslaught.
Yes.
Story.
Yep.
Britain's got their own captain?
No, they have a corps of captains.
Yep. So they're better.
They protect the multiverse.
They just
sort of
like that.
When Swamp Thing isn't protecting the multiverse.
Yeah.
Which really means that they're protecting Havoc because he is the multiverse.
and Vibe, because the new Vibe protects the multiverse also.
That's DC, right?
Yes.
Okay, because you were throwing me off. I was like, I don't know any Marvel characters named Vibe. Uh-oh.
You said Swamp Thing, so I thought we were crossing over.
Oh, that's right, Man-Thing. My bad. I get the things mixed up.
I was trying to think, when did Swamp Thing start protecting the multiverse?
Man-Thing has always protected the multiverse. That's how we met Howard the Duck.
But not Swamp Thing.
But not Swamp Thing.
Those are the nexus of all realities.
So
yeah, see.
That's pretty much it for my Avengers team.
Okay. Dan, do you have an Avengers team?
Now, my favorite Avengers run was when I first started. I want to say it was probably early 90s. Who was doing that in the 90s? Music? No. Can't think of them, but it was like Hercules had that armor.
Right.
Hercules had that sweet armor, and it was Captain America, Scarlet Witch. I love that. Was it DeFalco?
It might have been DeFalco.
I think it was DeFalco's run, but that's when I started really reading them and getting into them. But then my Ultimate Avengers team I love was the leader, Captain America, and you gotta have Iron Man because I have to have a scientist.
Right.
Hercules and She-Hulk because you need brute strength.
Right.
For the team, and I love both of them together. Captain Marvel, not Carol Danvers, because you need that cosmic entity. And sometimes, no, not Monica Rambeau. We don't need that one. She didn't really have Marvel power, but you need that cosmic entity. Sometimes you just need that extra step to win.
Right. That's why I had
Crystal and Black Knight, because I just always love those characters.
Does Crystal have powers?
She controls the 4 elements of the earth, the 4 elements of the world.
Sure.
Even though she's from the moon, she can control stuff on the earth.
She's not from the moon. She's from the Himalayas. Just moved to the moon and lived there for a while. sort of.
Because of her
And,
daddy.
and then had a baby with Quicksilver.
Yep. And the Black Knight, just because I always thought he was sweet. I don't know. I honestly know nothing about him. I couldn't tell you his name or anything, but he just looks cool.
Black Knight?
Yeah.
Dane Whitman.
Okay.
But that was the first Black Knight. There were 2 or 3, weren't there?
Were there?
I think Dane Whitman is the recent one. His ancestor was the original Black Knight.
I might be thinking of Black Knight too.
And then I think there was a villain. The second
Yeah.
Knight was a villain.
And he also wore a tiara.
Sir Percy of Scandia was the first, the original Black Knight.
I see why he went by Black Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Sir
been several Black Knights in main continuity.
Oh yeah.
Looks like 5. One of them was a woman even.
Sweet. Did not know that.
So, for me, I either have to go with the issue where Wasp realizes she can turn into Giant Woman, and that team, which was like She-Hulk and Wasp and Captain America and Iron Man and Thor.
Was that when Frank Cho was drawing it?
I don't honestly know. It was right. It was shortly after Onslaught, and they came back.
Oh, okay.
But I do like. Forget the art for a second. I do like the Hero Reborn. The Avengers team. Captain America, Swordsman. I love Swordsman. I like Hawkeye. Honestly, Hawkeye's one of my favorite heroes, and he deserves to be on the Avengers because he's awesome.
I got no problem with Hawkeye,
Awesome.
but he's cool on his own. You know, I like him as a shield agent. I like that aspect. But I mean, there's so many other better people they could put on the Avengers if there's like a roster going on. I don't know.
Well, and Hawkeye was kind of the part of the team originally when it was depowered.
Right.
And it wasn't, it was what, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Captain America,
Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, yeah.
And that was about it. I mean, they weren't like there were no heavy hitters in that team.
All reformed villains except for Captain America.
Yeah. And while he doesn't fit on any real team that I can envision, the Vision is by far my favorite Avenger.
Yeah, I forgot Scarlet Witch on my list.
So
now, yeah, I like the Vision too. I don't know why I even put him on my list.
I know. Which version of the Vision do you like? The all
the green and yellow. The green and yellow.
Yellow is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was more humanoid, when he was more human-like.
Yeah.
Before John Byrne got hold of him and ripped him apart.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that'd be my Avengers. Definitely. You can put Vision and any 4 other Marvel characters except Wolverine in a team, and I'm pretty sad. I mean, Wolverine could be there too, but you don't really have to count him. He's on every team. So I guess my favorite JLA also includes Wolverine. just by a rule. So
Wolverine and Batman.
They did that. Dark Claw was
really
awesome.
Yep.
Oh, I love Dark Claw. That was great. And then they did Dark Claw Adventures.
Yeah.
Would look like cartoon.
Animated. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was during the Amalgam run in 95, 96, where they took DC and Marvel and mushed them together. Jesse's giving me weird looks like he doesn't know what we're talking about.
They actually got the rights to do that?
It was a crossover between the 2 companies. It was a big selling point.
Yep.
And then they put out something like 18 #1 issues of teams that were mashed together. So it was the JLA, but it was the Justice League Avengers.
No,
it was JLX.
It was JLX.
Oh, that's right. It was Justice League X-Men.
And then
so you could have Superman and the Hulk together.
Actually, it was
it was Superman was mushed with Captain America and became Super Soldier.
It makes sense.
They had Speed Demon, which was the Flash, and Ghost Rider.
Doctor Strange Fate. That was my favorite.
Yeah. Well, guess which 2 doctors that is. But they had some really cool combinations, like Iron Man and Green Lantern, and he became Iron Lantern. So he had this armor, but it was built from his ring that he got from aliens.
The cool thing about Doctor Strange Fate, though, was when you get to the end of the issue, you find out that it's neither Doctor Strange or Doctor Fate, it's Professor X.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Ruin it for Jeff.
Sure.
Hey.
It's a super solid.
Out after 10 years. Sorry.
Well, and they were all only #1 issues. There was never more than one #1 issue. Like that was it. They did one run, and then they did a repeat of it, and they did another run, and that was it.
Yeah.
So they had #1 issues for the first set and #1 issues for the second set, and they were all different comic names. So like the first one was Dark Claw or Legends of the Dark Claw maybe, And then the second one was Dark Claw Adventures, and they were done in the like Batman Adventures style that mimicked the cartoon series. It was a really good series.
I dislike that Marvel versus DC because the whole thing was a popularity contest.
Oh, you're talking about All Access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not All Access. The Marvel versus DC.
Right, that led into All Access.
Right, because it was all a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Who would win? Send in your vote.
Yep.
I'm like, everyone who voted is wrong. I hate you all.
Yeah. So let's move on to the X-Men. So
sweet.
Tom, we know your super X-Men team,
Oh,
I think.
gosh.
Which was Colossus and Cyclops.
That's all. That's all I can.
And that was
That's
it.
pretty close. That's pretty close. My favorite era of the X-Men has always been the X-Men from Giant Size X-Men #1.
The one you sold.
Yes.
For $10.
Yes. Don't remind me.
I feel bad.
I feel bad too whenever I think about it.
I like bringing it up.
But and I mean, you know, they held that roster for a pretty good while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. So, they lost Sunspot and Banshee almost right away.
Well, Sunspot and Thunderbird. Sunspot quits like the next issue, and Thunderbird gets killed
dies
3 or 4 issues later. And I think Banshee holds on for 15 or 20 issues.
Yeah. But that's Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm.
Right.
And Cyclops.
Right.
Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so. And then, you know, in the, what is it, like 138 or 139 or so when they add Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
That to me. But if I had to take the, you know, specific characters, Cyclops, and it's Cyclops from right after Jean gets killed, right after she kills herself, right after the Phoenix kills herself.
Really?
Yeah.
He was so whiny.
I like that. Yeah, exactly.
Dan, let's just be honest. He's never not whiny.
In fact, he got so whiny at that point that he walked away from the X-Men.
Yeah, he did. So why is he even on the list if you like it when you quit?
Because that's just how he was best when he wasn't with the X-Men.
My whole team consists of nothing but dead members.
That's right.
That's all it is.
Well, you know, I think everybody on my list has been dead at some point in time. So
Storm hasn't died.
Oh, well, she's not on my list, so that works.
Well, she got turned. You said Giant Size X-Men. She's on that.
That's my favorite era.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Nightcrawler from right around the Nightcrawler miniseries.
Cockrams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Binary. Before she got turned back into Ms. Marvel.
Oh, I always thought it was
Monica Rambeau.
Yep. No. Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers. I always thought it was Binary.
No, it's Binary.
Can he only speak in ones and zeros?
Yes, that's it. That was her power.
001.
Shadowcat, Juggernaut during one of his good turns.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been several times.
And now he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Colossus is Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Well, I know he got the powers, but does that mean does Kane not exist anymore?
I think so.
Kane exists.
Okay, but
Right,
I know
but
the gods. I know the gods gave
Right.
Colossus,
But,
which is like really overpowering.
Yeah.
It really is.
What? No. I mean, that'd be like giving him the Phoenix Force or something.
Thank God that didn't happen.
That's a good storyline. We should write that.
We should.
Mimic from the when Mimic was in the Exiles.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that was
love me some Mimic.
Polaris, when she got that secondary mutation, when she grew up to like 9 feet tall and she didn't have magnetic powers anymore.
Is that after Malice?
I don't remember that.
Yes, that's right after Malice.
That's right after Malice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Longshot.
Love me some Longshot.
And Warlock.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. I like Warlock. I'm sorry.
I did have Doug Ramsey on mine, but I
liked it when he was when him and Warlock were together. Yeah.
Doug Locke.
Okay, so Dan, since Doug Ramsey's on yours, who else is on yours?
He's really not. God no. That's like putting Aquaman in the Justice League. I don't do that.
Someone's got to prepare the food.
Yeah.
Fish again, man. Well, I started really getting into the X-Men when Jim Lee and Scott Lobdell took over and it split off. And you had Uncanny on one title, the Blue and the Gold team.
Yep.
That's when I started to really get into it. You know, so a lot of my team is influenced by them because I read it heavily. Of course, I have Cyclops and Jean Grey because I just really like them together.
Right.
I think they work out well. And I was on a couples tangent, so I got Longshot and Dazzler.
Yeah, but you don't have the good Dazzler.
I love the 90s Dazzler. Dude. What are you talking about? That sweet jacket, that blue suit?
No.
Love it.
And the 80s hair, no matter what era she's in, right?
Love it. Tom, kiss my ass. I love that Dazzler. I'm a Disco Dazzler fan. Don't get me wrong, but that night she was so cool, man. Come on. I'm gonna.
Olivia Newton-John.
And then
physical.
Whoa, hold on now. Let's not get tacky. Physical. I put Gambit because I'm biased and I love Gambit. And then I needed somebody with strength. You know, you'd have to have a strong one on your team, and I chose Rogue because of her strength, and I felt that she's a little bit more agile than Colossus or the Juggernaut would be during a battle. Nightcrawler, because that power would just come in handy as hell during a battle. And
Hide in the Shadows one?
Yep, that one. I got a recent Kitty Pryde. There's one now who's more experienced and knows what she's doing. I think that would be not like Jubilee kind of young Kitty Pryde.
Like from Astonishing.
Yeah. More the Josh Whedon Kitty Pryde. She knows what she's doing. I got Cable. You need a technology expert from the future. Does he have satellites? You've got satellites. I've got Cable.
Wow.
Sorry.
It's like we're doing our own show here. Open the door, the puns roll out. And then the last one I have is Forge, because I liked Forge's his tribute to the team as much as he could.
And that's who stays home and makes the dinner.
Yeah.
Or makes the robots to make the dinner.
That's right. He creates the robots to make the dinner while he sneaks into Storm's room at night, just like he did before. Forge, should you be working on this? I'll get to it in a minute. I got
Jesse. What's yours? I'm
much
already...
like with the JLA. I only need one member.
Don't
and that's Wolverine. Because he'll do it all on his own anyway. So why even have the others?
Well, I mean,
he can't die in the attempt.
Because he's irresponsible, and he.
But if he's alone, he's not going to get anybody else in trouble.
Really? Well, tell that to the space-time continuum, sir.
Oh, okay, that could be a problem. Was Deadpool ever in the X-Men?
I want to say no, but I'd be wrong, I'm sure. And if I say no today, tomorrow they'll put him in one.
Okay, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's all you need.
Okay.
Two people who can't be killed.
Hey, has Wolverine been in the Avengers? Because he's been in the Fantastic Four. He's been in the Avengers.
What do you mean, has he been in the Avengers?
Well, because he is in the Avengers.
I was going to say,
damn, I completely
you're being facetious when you ask that.
Yeah. Yes,
actually, Dan.
Okay,
Dan, if you can name a team in the Marvel Universe he has not been a member of, I'll give you $1. Tom, don't help him.
Are you ready? Hold on, I got one, dude.
Go for it.
Power Pack.
Are you sure? Because I guarantee you I can pull up a cover with Wolverine and the Power Pack right behind him.
He's not kidding.
All right, wait, hold on. Cloak and Dagger. Bam.
That's not a team. That's a duo.
What are you talking about?
You can't. That's like saying, well, he's never been on the Batman.
Well, what is Batman and Robin?
That's a duo.
But they're a team.
Nope.
See, Jess has got me. He gets me.
Okay, so we'll wrap this up with my favorite X-Men team, and that is the Astonishing X-Men from the Age of Apocalypse, which is Rogue, Sabretooth, Blink, Wildchild, Morph, and Sunfire.
Okay, that's
a good
team.
Mostly because I like Blink and Morph a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a solid team. I really, really liked it. I'm not opposed to anything Age of Apocalypse. In fact, all of it was pretty awesome.
I agree.
Except, Lula Cheney.
Oh my God! It's like we were reading mine. I was about to say that. Because the externals would have been so better without Cheney there on his and singing every other line.
I don't like Lila Cheney, really.
Well, she didn't have to sing to Gambit like in every panel.
Oh, okay.
Like, shut up, bitch. Slap her around. Stop singing so much.
Yeah, exactly that. So, do you guys I know Tom. I know the answer Tom's going to give me is yes. But do you guys familiar with the Teen Titans? You read a lot of those?
Yes.
Tom has. I didn't get into them a whole lot because, like I've explained before, I just never read DC growing up. I was never exposed to it until I met Tom. So Tom turned me on to the Teen Titans around the mid 2000s. We were just talking about, I think,
when they reboot the team.
Yes.
Yes.
Tom Rainey. Who was drawing it?
I think it was Tom Rainey.
Because Liefeld was doing the covers for a
No,
while.
Tom Rainey was it was no. Who's the dead guy?
Turner.
Yes, Michael Turner was doing the covers.
That's when I was reading it.
Right.
Those storylines.
And I don't think it was Tom Rainey. It was Tom Rainey was drawing Outsiders. Can't remember who was doing the art at that point.
Well, anyway, that's
one of those former image guys.
Yeah, beside the cartoon and that short run in the 2000s, my exposure to the Teen Titans isn't that great, but I do enjoy them as a team now.
And I'm a little older than Daniel is.
Just by a tad?
Yeah, decade and a half or so. And the Titans, the new Teen Titans with Wolfman and Perez and the X-Men were the teams. Those were the books that got me seriously into comics in the first place. I think the first time I ever went to an actual comic shop was to get the Titans X-Men crossover.
Take you to the comic shop.
Okay.
Let you lick my lolly.
I really did like the reboot where they brought back everybody and put them on one team, and we started to see Superboy realize who the other half of his cloning was, and I liked Kid Flash or Impulse becoming Kid Flash again.
Right.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was a good run on the book. I enjoyed that one too.
So I like that. So we'll skip over Teen Titans because I know Jesse doesn't know the Teen Titans.
Wait, that's the one with the Robin in it, right?
Yes.
The Robin.
The Robin, yes. Well, he goes with the Batman. So.
Yes, he does.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tim Drake Robin, by the way. Just for the record, Tim Drake Robin.
No.
What do you mean no?
Dick Grayson Robin.
But see, I grew up.
But because he was never on the Teen Titans as Robin, was he?
Yes. He founded.
I thought he was always Nightwing.
No, he founded the Titans with Robin. The Titans have been around since the mid.
Before I was born.
Yeah, before I was born too, actually. And
What about Damien?
Dead Dave. Oh wait, have they brought him back yet?
Not yet.
Yes, they just did us. What do you call those things? Solicitation for him coming back.
They've already brought him back.
I'm not joking. Solicitation.
Oh, no,
he's coming.
Yeah,
back.
I've seen the solicitation. That's like an Elseworlds tale or something.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good.
So it's the new 52 because these are all Elseworld tales at this point, aren't they?
I hope so. I'm praying so.
As we mentioned before, they're in Franklin Richards' universe.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
They're in the Marvel universe.
But yeah, I grew up as Dick Grayson as Nightwing, so that's why to me, Tim Drake is Robin, because I hate Jason Todd.
No, Tim Drake is Red Robin, isn't he?
Well, I
He
mean,
is now.
in my world, yeah, 52 he's Red Robin, but back then,
Yum.
he's Robin to me.
Okay.
Did you just say yum when you said Red Robin?
Yes, it's a commercial. Red Robin.
Yum. Thank you, Tom.
So I'm going to ask another question, and I'm pretty sure that Tom's going to say yes, and nobody else is going to say yes. How about the Defenders? You guys read a lot of the Defenders?
Yeah, I think you're making that one up.
Nope.
Yes.
No, this team consisted of, and I kid you not, Doctor Strange, the Hulk, I believe Ghost Rider.
Well,
At some point in time.
see,
Yeah.
the thing...
Silver Surfer.
Yes.
Yep.
I see why I've missed this one.
Oh, you have no idea.
When they created the Defenders, Stan Lee wanted to be able to utilize the characters that had been like solo characters that had never been on a team before, and he said,
It was
make it a team with these guys.
It was
on
Namor, Strange, and Hulk was like
and Silver Surfer. They
in
were-
the beginning.
Silver
I don't
Surfer.
remember him being in the
Yep.
beginning. But yeah, let's say that's one thing I always liked about the Defenders. Reading it off and on growing up is that, like Tom said, it just consisted of all these characters that weren't on a team, and I think felt left out. They're like, screw.
And then eventually they let in a bunch of X-Men.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like Wolverine.
And I'll be honest with you, I hated the Defenders.
Really?
Actually, Wolverine is not listed as a
No,
member
he is
of.
not. I was going to say that too. I thought that's the reference you
But,
wanted me to make.
but Angel, Beast, Iceman, Colossus. Yeah, all of them.
Yep.
There was they relaunched the Defenders for it was not a mini series, but like only a maxi series. It only lasted a couple issues.
They re-released it and tried to make it a full series, and then it failed.
Oh, is that what it was?
Again.
But yeah,
that was the one that
been,
was Surfer, Doctor Strange, the whole. It was very tongue in cheek.
That's what That's what I was getting ready to mention. The J.M. Matisse and Keith Giffen and Kevin McGuire, the guys that did the mid '80s run on Justice League.
Hold on a minute, Jess. Can you keep it down, please? Tom's trying to make a point here.
They did a take on the Avengers, and I guess this was 7 or 8, 9 years ago. And it's like Daniel said, it's more of a humorous.
Defenders, not Avengers.
Did I say Avengers?
You said Avengers.
I'm sorry, Defenders.
You should be sorry.
I am.
That's up their podcast.
Sorry. You can fix that in editing. Just here, Defenders. Just patch that in anywhere you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did it. That actually is probably my favorite take on the Defenders was when they did it, kind of humorous like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too.
Well, and the Defenders let anybody in.
Yes.
And by anybody, I mean Hank Pym.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
and a guy named Son of Satan.
Yes.
Yes.
Damon Hellstorm.
That's a good guy.
Yeah.
I knew.
And the Valkyrie.
And the Valkyrie.
Yes.
She needs food badly.
Very good.
That was good. That one.
All right, so I'm not super familiar with the Defenders, but if I remember correctly, they were the team of people that shouldn't be on a team, but were on a team anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Wolverine.
Well, that's why he
how did
wasn't
Wolverine
on it,
not end up on this team?
Because he should be on every team.
Oh.
Because he has a little bit of pride.
No.
Snap.
All right.
We actually have our Defender list because I know Tom and I read it. Well, what do you got, Tom?
Doctor Strange, the Hulk. The only character that really came out of the Defenders that was kind of specific to the Defenders that really has not been on somebody else's team was Nighthawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like, he's Marvel's ripoff of Batman. Because he was in this. He started out in the Squadron Sinister.
Wasn't he one of Marvel's ripoffs of Batman?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest, because there's at least more than one more.
Oh yeah, that was like the Superman list we did the other night.
God, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, well before we get into our Ultimate teams, I want to talk about real quick just our alternate reality teams. Who's your favorite alternate reality team? Which I know I mentioned Age of Apocalypse, X-Men, so I'm kind of out there. But think of all of like the Elseworld tales and the What If tales that you've read. And if you're like me, What If was a big one. I loved What If.
Oh yeah. I haven't read any of the recent ones, but yeah, the original run on it was my favorite books.
Yeah. They were really solid, and there was a lot of good issues in there.
Oh yeah.
There was some crap, but
Yeah.
That's a hit or miss. What about you? What about you, Jesse? You look like you don't have anything to input, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
I do. Any team with Bizarro on it is a team full of win.
Okay.
The Legion of Doom.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Bizarro helped me tonight, so
Yes, exactly.
Get behind this. I just recently bought the DC the DC deck building game. I don't know if you guys play a lot of games like that, but it was a lot of fun. We were playing that right before we got on here tonight.
Was that the old? Is that a new game?
Yeah. I want to say last year it came out.
Okay.
The last DC card game I remember was when they came out with the one to go against Overpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember?
It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
This isn't a card game like that. It's what they call a deck building game. It's a little different, but it's really solid.
You said deck,
so
mine went straight to cards.
Yeah.
there's a strip where the Riddler turns good. Is that a what if, or has he really turned over a new leaf?
I don't know, Tom.
He's not in the I guess in the past 7 or 8 years. I don't read a lot of Batman, but I know that he had tried to turn good, and he had opened like a private investigative.
Yeah.
Really? Was it set up like a noir?
Yeah.
Type deal?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a good strip. I enjoyed it, but I didn't know if it was an actual real strip or.
No, I think that's real, because there's been a couple of times that Batman has gone to him for help.
Well, even back in Hush, he didn't want to give up the name of who Batman was,
True.
but he was forced to.
Right.
So, all right. So, Tom, what's your favorite alternate reality team?
My favorite alternate reality team would have to be, and I cannot remember what the name of the team is, but it was from when we were just talking about the Amalgam team.
Yeah.
Where they take, and Daniel knows this, my favorite team of all time is the Legion of Superheroes. They take the Legion and they kind of fuse them together with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. What was that? Was it like the... Oh.
Not at all.
The Galactic Guardians or the Galactic Legion or something like that.
I don't remember that at all.
Because they did one of just them, and then they did one of Spider-Boy and the...
Yeah. I'm looking, because I know what you're talking about now, and I can't think.
I don't remember. It had just about all of them. I'm surprised I didn't get that one.
Wow.
That's
really? I'm not seeing it.
I know it's a thing. I didn't imagine it.
You've made it up.
No, he didn't, because I remember this, and I remember going, I don't care about the Legion of Superheroes.
That's how the Legion is.
It was the Legion of Galactic Guardians 2099.
There it is. That's it.
Wow, that's what title.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Did it take 2 lines for that title?
Yeah, it was like 4 lines.
3. Yeah.
Anybody else, Tom? Or Dan, if you want to kick in there too.
Just the first one that popped into my head was to agree with you. I love the Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. But I also liked the Medieval Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
They went back in time to medieval. I don't know. Would that be considered alternate, or was that?
I would say.
Yeah. No, I can. Yeah, that's fine.
Talking about with Yeoman America.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Iron Knight and.
Mm-hmm.
And the stinky guy.
Yeah.
Whose name I can't remember.
D-Man.
Yes, D-Man.
Yep.
I really like that team. That was a lot of fun.
Okay. Anybody else, Tom?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
The Crime Syndicate. I love those guys.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Earth 3, or it was Earth 3.
Is it Earth 3?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was. I'm not sure what in the new 52 they've done with them, but it was in the original universe.
You know what else I like? Because of Matt, the freaking team that's in Injustice.
Oh yeah,
that was great, dude. Because I got the game and I was like, Matt's right. This is completely awesome. And I love it.
You know, and honestly, you can't take that story too seriously, but it's fun.
Well, I would love to see how it ended if it didn't keep freezing on my Xbox. I have no idea what happened. Dude, I returned it and got a brand new one, and it still froze. So it's like my Xbox does not want me to play that game.
Hey, Jesse, how's that end?
Quite well, but I wouldn't want to ruin it for him for when it does unfreeze. It is a great story, though. I have played that game quite
yeah,
well.
Jesse bought it, and I made him bring it over so we could play it.
Like I said, I loved it. I loved the story, and I was having so much fun with it, and now I just can't finish it. I even burned it onto the Xbox, and it still won't read it for nothing.
So, just real quick, out of Amalgam, we had such stories as Amazon, which was Storm and Wonder Woman. Assassins, which was Bullseye mixed with somebody and Elektra mixed with somebody.
It was Deadshot, wasn't it?
Was it? Yes, I think it was.
It was Bullseye. I think it was mixed
Bullseye
with
Deadshot and Elektra and
Batman. Shiva, okay.
Doctor Strange Fate.
Yep.
JLX, which was the X-Men mixed with a bunch of DC characters I really didn't know. I mean, just honestly, that's... and then Legends of the Dark Claw, Super Soldier.
Yep. Superman and Captain America.
Bruce Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
It's as awesome as it sounds.
Yeah.
Because all of his, all the entire Bat family shows up in this this story.
Oh, really?
They assault a Hydra base, and he fights Bane mixed with somebody else that was crazy, and it was really good. Bullets and Bracers, which was the Punisher
And Wonder Woman.
and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wonder Woman kind of powered down. She didn't have like the super strength and flight and all that.
Yeah.
That's
Magneto and the Magnetic Men.
Yeah.
Speed Demon.
Yep. Flash.
Spider Boy, which was Spider-Man and Superboy
Yes.
matched. And then X Patrol, which was like Dial H for Husk.
Yeah, that
And
was Doom Patrol and X-Force.
yeah, and they had some because they had the Changeling in there, so they had some aspects of the Teen Titans a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Changeling was he originally first appeared in Doom Patrol.
Oh, did he? See, you know stuff. This is why we have Tom on. He's the
why do you think I do the show with him? Can't do it on my own.
So and then they returned and they had the Bat Thing
Yeah.
and Dark Claw Adventures Generation Hex,
Yeah.
which was Jonah Hex with Generation X
Yes.
in the past, and that was just kind of weird. JLX Unleashed.
Yeah.
Now everybody like sit down, relax for a second because this next one is a little rough. Lobo the Duck.
I remember Lobo the Duck. I remember.
That would be perfect.
Challengers of the Fantastic.
Yeah, that was
that one.
Fantastic Four and Challenges of
Challenge
the Unknown.
I love.
Yep. Iron Lantern.
Much. Check.
Magnetic Men featuring Magneto. And Thorian of the New Asgods.
Yes. Thor and Orion
That
mashed together.
no, that just sounds like a disease. I'm sorry, but
And you
you have Thorian.
You know, I've
no.
I had it. I have that.
What,
but I've,
Thorian?
Yes,
Is it
but
painful?
I've never read it.
Oh.
In your
wait,
Asgard, right?
Tom, are you getting treated for your
Yeah.
Thorian? Okay.
I'm taking
And
I can't come up with anything fast
why?
enough.
Why? So you own Thorian, but you haven't read it.
Yes,
Why?
Really?
because of who drew it.
Romita?
Oh.
Romita Jr. drew it?
Yes.
But it's not that bad.
John,
Romita Jr.
It's John Romita Jr. and I hate his artwork. I
I gotta say,
bought it to have the whole set, but I vowed never to even crack it open.
I'm really
So,
disappointed because I thought you were gonna have a pun.
I-
And it's like you
sorry.
set it up like a
I
pun.
know.
Like I'm gonna make a pun about Thorian. Like it's a Thorian in my butt. That's why I'm not reading it. But
Well, and then they also matched characters like Galactic or what's his name?
Batman.
No, Galactic.
Galactic.
Wolverine?
Galactus and Brainiac.
That's cool.
Because I'm looking at the picture and it says Galactiac, and that's all I could think to say. So
Galactic. Didn't they merge Thanos and Darkseid?
yes,
Yeah.
Thanoside.
Yep.
So my favorite alternate team is either the Exiles, and that is just after Magnus dies.
Exiles. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love
So you've got Nocturne and Sunfire, Morph, Mimic, Blink, and I'm missing somebody. Oh, Thunderbird.
Yeah, that was such a good.
Big Horseman of Apocalypse Thunderbird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the peanut face.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, the one that can kill the Hulk.
Yeah, but not.
Yeah, no Wolverine. No, they had Weapon X, and that was a team of Wolverines. And I'm not kidding. In the Exiles, there was a team of
I remember
Wolverines.
that.
See, that's all you need.
So it had it had Weapon X right after he was laced with adamantium, and then it had what was it, DD or CD, ED? It was a robot Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
And then they had special.
Albert. Are you talking about Albert?
Yes, Albert,
Yeah.
and he had a sidekick.
The little girl.
The little girl that
Yeah.
yeah. And then they had Special Forces Wolverine. It's kind of like G.I. Joe, like the old type Ken-size doll G.I. Joes. You know how you get the different G.I. Joes. It was a team of them. Yeah.
Good time.
And so they had a whole team of Wolverines. And then I also really like the Six, which was out of Mutant X, which was when Havoc turns out he's the nexus of all realities, and when he died, he actually didn't die. He just shunted himself into his own body in another dimension.
Right, where Storm was a vampire.
Yeah, that was. I wanted.
So, all these horrible things had happened to the X-Men over the years, and in our universe, they got fixed. Like, Storm got bitten by Dracula, got turned into a vampire.
Right.
Well, we fixed that. Nope.
Yeah.
Cool.
Iceman got cursed by Loki, and now his powers are out of control. We fixed that. Nope.
See, that's why I wish Oh man, I wish I could go back because I loved that Mutant X title.
Yeah.
When Havoc got sent into that alternate world. But there's Madeline Pryor, Vampire Storm.
Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen.
Yeah.
The Goblin Queen was his wife.
And Angel, when Apocalypse took him and turned him into a horseman, he didn't go metal wings. He went demon. So he had bat wings and claws and could breathe fire.
Yep. That was a great book. I liked Mutant X a lot.
Yeah, and then Captain America exploded and ended it all.
He'll do that.
Yeah, I'm not joking at all. Captain America was ticking time bomb built to destroy mutants and blew up and killed everybody.
That's what he did his job.
Yeah, he's a go-to guy. He knows how to get things done.
All right, so let's get to our last topic before we get into a little bit of what you're doing. If you could take any character from any team or non-team, and please, let's leave Wolverine off this list.
I'd have.
And you could put them on a team together. Who are you going to choose? Anybody can start. I don't care.
Well, you see, since you've already negated Wolverine, I feel like I should go first. I'm going to put Wolverine in there.
Okay.
Good job,
Wolverine. Wait, hold on. Wolverine, Batman, Deadpool, Superman.
No, just Wolverine and Batman. Nothing would ever get that.
I'm going to have Jess's team beat here in a second. That honestly, I can honestly say at first when you said Ultimate Team, I thought you meant characters from the Ultimate Universe.
Oh, no. This is the ultimate team, like, of all the people you could have on it. So, like, mine you'd have to have Magic backup, and I'm going to have to say Doctor Strange over Dr. Fate, because I don't know Dr. Fate at all.
Or Doctor Strange Fate.
Yeah, and I like Blink for her teleport abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Mimic, but I like the stable Mimic from the Exiles universe.
Right.
Because if you listen to the Heroes and Villains podcast I recorded last night, which should be up by the time this goes up.
I think he puts them out on Wednesdays.
Yeah, well, and this one's not going up until I think a week from today.
Oh,
okay. That Mimic is not the most stable of characters. He was on the X-Men 3 times in a series of maybe 30 books.
Yeah.
Because he actually went
on, off. Oh, yeah, just horrible.
What was he? He was in like a monastery or something.
But he had that amazing costume.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
The giant M.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
So does he not play well with others also?
Oh, no, he's bipolar.
Oh.
Yeah. So you need, like, Invisible Woman or someone like that who can hide the team.
Hey, Jess, you seen Terminator 2?
Yes.
Remember that scene at the very end when the T-1000 fell into the lava and he started turning in all those people randomly?
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Mimic used to do before he could control himself. He would just start turning them.
I think I want that Mimic on my team.
So Wolverine, Batman, and what you're talking about is Morph.
Morph, yes.
Yeah. Oh, so you got Doctor Strange. I like Blink. You gotta have Martian Manhunter, because Martian Manhunter is so awesome. Just plain and simple awesome.
Yeah, but make sure you don't have Human Torch on that same team.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
They would not get along.
Jesse's confused again.
I'm just trying to figure, does Martian Manhunter hunt Martian men?
No.
Or is he a Martian who's a Manhunter?
Yes.
Okay. I need to know where the comma is in that particular...
He's a Martian man, and he hunts things.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not Martian Manhunter, it's Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
I agree with Jess. Pauses are essential. Martian Man Hunter. That's his last name. Yeah. That's actually his last name.
It's like John Spiderman.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. So, Dan, you have something to rival Jesse?
My ultimate team would consist of Patch, Albert, Logan, Old Man Howlett, Age of Apocalypse, Wolverine, and Batman.
Well, one-handed Age of Apocalypse Wolverine that actually has claws inside of his stump.
Yes, and Batman.
Yeah, no.
He's got a stumpy claws?
His hand was blown off by Cyclops. Yeah. And Tom, that leaves us with you.
Well, like I said, I'm sorry, I would have had a better team, but I honestly thought it was the Ultimate Universe characters.
No, you're fine. That's fine. That's fine.
That's a
so
good team.
awesome.
Yeah, Jesse loves your team.
If I knew there was a stumpy Wolverine, he'd be on my team.
Yeah. He's the best at what he does, and that's being stumpy. And handicap, I guess. He's got one hand.
Yep.
so he can't really.
He has great parking abilities.
He does. You get all the parking spots. Can I help you with your groceries? Please, I only have one hand.
Okay.
Tom,
I'm going with
what do you got?
Nightwing, and this is just off the top of my head because I missed that whole last part about the Ultimate Team. Nightwing, Dr. Fate,
Gladiator.
Gladiator, yes, thank you. Captain Britain, who
Which Captain Britain?
red costume Captain Britain.
Okay.
Aquaman.
Wally West, because Wally West should be on every team like Wolverine is.
Husk.
Yeah, Husk. No. Beak. Gotta have Beak on my team.
Major Glory.
Well, no, Major Glory. I think that's it. I think that covers. You got raw power. You got magic. You got speed. Phoenix.
Barack Obama.
Gotta have the telepathy there. Yeah.
Well, which Phoenix? Are we talking Jean Grey? Are we talking Rachel Summers?
Sweet ass car.
There's only one Phoenix to me, and that was Jean.
I guess I could also say, I don't know, Magic, Colossus, Cyclops.
I could have just said the X-Men and
Yeah, right. Good stuff.
All right. Well, guys, that's kind of our teams, but let's switch gears just a little bit and talk about what we're doing. So, what are you guys doing? What are you up to? What are you listening to, watching? Any books or podcasts or games or apps or movies?
I just did right now. One of my favorite book series is the Dresden Files.
Oh, good choice.
I just did a reread of the 3 most recent ones: Changes, Ghost Story. I can't remember what the 2 most recent ones are called.
Cold Front.
Cold Front. Newest.
Yes, and because that's right after Ghost Story. Yeah. So those 3. Yeah. I just reread those 3. Right now I'm reading a book called Six Gun Tarot, which is pretty good. It's kind of a mystical Western type book.
Ooh,
I just finished Gun Machine by Warren Ellis, which is about a police detective and a serial killer in New York City.
New York City.
I read a lot, so that's kind of it for me.
Cool. Okay. Any podcasts you can recommend besides your own, which we'll do here again in a second?
I like Film Sack.
Oh yeah.
By the guys over at Frog Pants.
Yeah, just last week we got to see Film Sack live.
Oh, did y'all go to Nerdtacular?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that would be cool.
Oh, it was awesome. Met everybody. Got to say hi to everybody. Brian Brushwood did Magic, which was awesome.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Met Scott Fletcher, and then he smelled me. I'm not joking.
Okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, Film Sack's good. Anything else? Any other podcasts?
When I have occasion to, I listen to the Kevin and Bean Show out of Los Angeles. It's a morning radio show, but they put the podcast up every day. One of their co-hosts, the guy that does their entertainment reports, is Ralph Garman.
Okay.
He was the host.
Is he the voice of my Garmin?
No.
Oh.
That's Shane Garman.
Gotcha.
Ralph Garman hosted the Joe Schmo show on TNT.
Okay.
And he's good friends with Kevin Smith. They do Hollywood Babylon together. Okay.
Yeah.
But the radio show is fantastic. He makes the radio show because he does all their voice work, all their impressions and stuff. And he has some dead on voices for Al Pacino.
Hooah!
Yeah. So
how was that?
It was pretty good.
Was it?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any games or apps you can suggest?
Technology scares him because he's old.
I'm not. Yeah, pretty much. I haven't. my 16-year-old, y'all were talking about Injustice, and my 16-year-old loves that, and I see him playing it all the time. And I think I took the controller in my hand and played for about 4 rounds, and that was enough for me.
That was it?
Yeah.
Tom, the way mine and Tom's schedule works is that we kind of update each other on the other medium that the other doesn't have time to do. Like, I'm more video games, don't read a lot, and Tom's vice versa. So then we just exchange notes. So
right on.
Now we did. We went to see. I took my family to see Despicable Me 2 in the theater the other day.
Was that as funny as the preview?
I think yes, it was. It really was.
That's the wrong answer because that's Jesse's movie in the movie draft. We're really
Thank
hoping.
you, by the way.
In fact, as we were waiting for everyone to link up, we were looking at some of the news reports, and apparently it's still
number one
to be number one this weekend, even beating out Pacific Rim.
Oh, that
That's
sucks
what I need to
because
hear.
we saw Pacific Rim this morning, and it was. You know what? You'll have to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some strong words.
Yeah, it should be up tomorrow.
Is it incredible?
I would go back and see it in an instant.
I would say kind of meh.
Yeah, Jesse got old man-itis in it and realized how
Jesse
old
became
he was.
Tom.
Yes. Jesse had his Tom transition in the middle of the movie, and that kind of kills it for you.
Yeah.
I don't like this. What's going on? My eyes hurt. I'm tired. My feet.
All right, Dan, you got anything you want to recommend? Podcasts, books, movies, apps, games?
Reading a whole lot. I've just been trying to catch up on some comic issues, but I did actually. I was going through my old comics and I came across these old independent comics from the '90s called Creed, and Creed was drawn by Trent Kuangra. I can never pronounce his last name. It's like Kaun. Kaniga. Well, okay, you could say it. That's fantastic. But anyway, I was wanted to read him again, but I went on the internet and there's like no information on Creed whatsoever. So I went on Amazon and bought the omnibus, the entire collection of Creed. So I just got that in the mail, and I can't wait to read it and review it on the site because it was one of my favorite independent comics. I'm also reading the Darkness Saga from the Legion of Superheroes.
Yes,
I'm reading that. Comics. Right now, I haven't been playing a whole lot of new games because I'm saving my money for Final Fantasy 15 because my wife and I are going to hop back on that MMO because we used to play 11 all the time.
Right on.
But I'm still addicted to Skyrim, so I'm still playing.
It's a good thing to be addicted to.
Oh,
you still chopping wood and getting those skills up?
Oh my gosh, I discovered how to get a modded game save. So now I have like infinite carrying capacity. So this game has not helped my hoarding problem at all. I'm taking everything. I mean, it's just as the modded game save is just as fun as a regular one, but I don't have to worry about anything. I can just kill anybody I want and take it all. I'm like, look, I've got like 900 forks. This game is awesome. It's like I've got over 200 hours into it, and I just realized I haven't done the Dragonborn DLC. So I've just started doing that because I completely missed out on it.
That's what I was about ready to ask if you liked it or not, because it's kind of on sale now, and I'm debating if I want to buy it or not.
The DLC or Skyrim?
The DLC. I love Skyrim.
I mean it's a completely. Did you play Fallout 3?
Yes.
Do you remember when they did that one DLC that was not the island, but you took the ferry over to Mississippi?
Point Lookout is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of because it's its own thing. It's its own segment away from Skyrim, but it has...
So it's a full story and
everything.
It's
got its own story and its own areas and its own people and things of that nature.
But it doesn't blend things into the actual game like the Vanguard one did, I think, or whatever it's called, the first one with the vampires?
No, I mean, you're known... They know you as the Dragonborn, but it's no big deal there because they have their own issues going on.
Okay. So, any apps or movies?
Movies, I don't think so. I don't think I've seen anything recently. But
did you ever watch that bootleg of Star Trek?
I did not watch the bootleg of Star Trek.
You have not seen Star Trek yet?
I haven't even seen Star Trek yet. I haven't seen the first one yet.
You haven't seen the first one?
No.
you know what, Dan? After we get off here, I will dig up my email and see if I can find a free digital copy for you.
I mean, it's on Netflix.
I'm not joking. Like, I have one from Voodoo that I got when we bought tickets for.
I'm in possession of it. I haven't.
Oh, you just haven't. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Why does everybody say that to me? I am not an animal. I was once human, just like you. I mean, I've got.
Were you once a man?
I've gotten around to it. I want to see it. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't sat down and watched it. Honestly, 100% truth. I got off of work early Tuesday, and I had like 3 hours to kill, and I was going to sit here and watch Star Trek, and do you know what happened? Skyrim. Skyrim's what happened to me. Because I'm like, haven't even done the DLC yet. Next thing I know.
So we should take your Xbox.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on. Just wait now.
I'll smash it on the way out.
I know. I need to watch Star Trek. I know. It's
all right, Jesse. What are you doing?
Well, book-wise, I'm reading a book called The Neuromancer.
Still?
Yes. Yes, this is the book I was reading October last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, this was part of our year-end podcast where you kept talking about The Neuromancer.
Yeah. I read about a page a month, maybe. I'm not a quick reader. There's a lot going on.
Is that William Gibson?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good book. I'm enjoying it. It's just, I have other things to do.
Yeah, like, Jesse has a 3D printer.
I do.
Oh, you're the one that was just, okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
With a lot less hair now.
I remember that episode where you first got the 3D printer, and I don't think you left your house for like a month.
Are you the guy that made the foot for the duck?
No, but that was cool. No, I'm the one who just got it back from the shop, and it's finally working well again. It's new technology. Never buy into it.
Wait till third, fourth generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no books on it. Nobody knows how to work it. I have a problem, and it's like.
You notice I have an iPad Mini, not iPad or iPad 2. I waited until the third generation was out, then I bought one.
Yeah.
Yep. Any podcasts?
Oh, podcast. There's one called the Still Untitled Podcast by Adam Savage of Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I absolutely love it. It is the first podcast I've listened to that I have not immediately deleted the episode I'm done with.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot about podcasts.
But yeah, they talk about making things and doing casts and
right on,
all kinds of interesting stuff.
Okay. How about you said you forgot about podcasts, Dan?
Yeah, I'm an avid listener of Walk in the Room with Greg Barrett and Dave Anthony. It's a comedy cast, and I love it dearly. I love that podcast so much. And then I'll occasionally listen to Mark Maron's WTF.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That one's really good. He does some great interviews. Just about a month or so ago, he did some with like Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner and Dick Van Dyke, and they were just really amazing to listen to. They really were.
It really disappointed me with Gallagher.
I've been wanting to hear that one.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it because I have to pay for it to get it because it's such an older episode. But I've heard of the Gallagher episode, but I haven't been able to. As a matter of fact, Gallagher was just on Walk in the Room not too long ago.
Oh, was it?
Because they were doing that the Podfest, I think it was, and Gallagher happened to be there.
Oh, okay.
And so they got him on the show, but it was just weird. It was,
to be fair, Mark kind of antagonizes him.
I heard
antagonizes everybody.
Yeah, I heard Mark was just being Mark, and Gallagher just took it personally and left. Oh, that's another funny show. Have you seen Maron on IFC?
No, I haven't.
They've done like 6 episodes of it. I know it's on Hulu, and it's a really good show. I recommend Maron. And the last thing, and I'm sorry for talking so much, but Matt, I was thinking about you. I believe you were telling me about that book. What was the title of it? It's about the seventh son of the seventh son, but technically he was like the sixth.
You're talking about
Seventh Son.
Orson Scott Card's Seventh Son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt, weren't you telling me? You told me.
No, that was totally not me.
They're making a movie out of it, though.
Yeah, they are, because I saw the preview for that today.
Yeah.
It looked awesome.
The one Daniel is talking about is different. The one that the movie that's getting ready to come out with Jeff Bridges is the adaptation of the Last Ranger series. And Daniel's talking about. Are
you sure, Matt? I could have sworn we brought it up on the show.
Daniel's talking about the tales of Alvin Maker from Orson Scott Card.
I'm pretty sure that, Dan, you are remembering a conversation with somebody else and attributing it to me, and I will take that and say, I
don't talk to that many people. I don't have a lot of friends.
Tom, you and I are his only friends.
Pretty much. But
Wasn't you?
that's all right, because it might have been me, because I have read that series.
I was kind of shocked that Matt had read an Orson Scott Card book.
No, I have not yet read an Orson Scott Card book. No, I have not.
But Matt,
I want to read Ender's Game before November now.
I was trying to make you
because I saw a trailer for that.
Yeah.
Trying to make you look cool, Matt. You just blew it yourself.
Yep, screwed that one up. Not the first time. So, Jesse, let's go back to you.
Yes,
games, apps, movies.
Well, I've recently got a 3DS.
Oh.
And I decided to delve into farming for some reason. I've been playing Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing almost exclusively, and I can't stop playing them.
Oh,
I love
no,
the games.
My 16-year-old loves Animal Crossing.
Love those
for
games.
3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the new word on what's coming out for 3DS?
Yep.
No. What?
Smash Brothers.
Oh, really?
It will be available on Wii U and 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's another one we have to get.
I dropped my mic.
So will Mario Kart 8,
I was so
which,
amazed by that.
if you get Mario Kart 7, you should bring that over, and I'll hold on to your 3DS for a couple hours.
Say I have Mario Kart 7.
Okay, so you should bring that over, and I'll hold on to it for a couple hours. Any apps?
Yes.
Movies?
I have an app that I reviewed for the site called G.I. Joe Battleground.
Ooh.
No, don't touch it.
Ooh, no.
It is a reskinned Candyland.
What?
Yes. You have a little peg that looks like your commander that pounces around the stage like little things. There's no controls whatsoever.
You were like, G.I. Joe Battleground, yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. How long ago was this up there, Jess?
No, it's not up yet. I don't think.
It might not be up yet. No, I just wrote it. I don't know if...
all right.
It takes a long time for me to edit my reviews.
Dan, you go ahead and keep clicking all those things, and if you accidentally click some links on the side, I'm okay with that too. You keep looking.
But yeah, it takes him a while to edit my reviews.
It's not that bad. We've only had his SCA review for a month now. So, all right. Any movies besides Pacific Rim?
No movies I wasn't disappointed in. I mean,
any movies you want to warn us away from?
I just watched Cabin in the Woods.
Love that.
That's such a good.
I know, I enjoyed that.
Okay,
one.
Be careful there, sir.
I think has everybody loved that movie?
I think so.
Dan, have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, if somebody would have said it had to do with the Cthulhu mythos, I would have watched it a lot sooner.
If someone would have said that it is not your traditional horror movie, I would have watched it quicker too. But that's what I kept getting is, this is Joss Whedon's take on a traditional horror movie, and it is. But you can leave the words traditional out there and just say this is Joss Whedon's kind of horror story.
Yeah,
it would have been
the first movie where I liked all of the characters actually in the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't want any of them to die, unlike normal, but I just hope they all die quickly.
I laughed so hard when he jumped that bike over the ravine.
Yeah. I had completely forgotten about the barrier.
This is amazing.
I keep watching. I've been listening to the morning stream. I know this is kind of off on a tangent, so I thought Dan and Tom would feel right at home.
No,
here.
we don't do tangents at all. Can we please keep the topic?
Scott Johnson kept talking about how he was watching The West Wing, and I keep seeing West Wing. Like Shirley and I are watching it now, and I keep seeing Western Wing connections everywhere. So one of the two controllers in Cabin in the Woods, and then I just watched an episode of. What's the name of the movie? Where Burn Notice, where one of the guys is in that, and I'm seeing them everywhere, and it's starting to So I guess that comes to me then. I guess I should talk about books. I'm not reading anything because I'm gearing up because in 2 weeks we have our first we're recording our first few episodes of the Masks of Narltep.
Oh,
and I've got
fantastic!
To up on that. And now that I said I'm not reading, I am reading. I have a couple of short novellas from a company called Eggplant Productions, good friends of Shirley and I's. They put out speculative fiction, so it's not science fantasy, not necessarily science fiction or fantasy. It's just supernatural things. And so far, I've read one for the site Really liked it. I read another one for the site, and it wasn't badly written. It just didn't strike a chord with me. But I've read 2 for the site. I forget the other one was, but I really liked it. Those are up on the site.
Sure you did.
But I really like the stuff they're putting out, and I am sort of reading Twilight because Shirley asked me to read it to her, so I am working my way through that slowly, very slowly. I've already read the series, and I'm okay with it.
Tom read Twilight.
I got forced through them, too.
Yeah, well, I read it all my own the first time, and you know what? There are things in it that I really like, and there are other things in it that I don't.
You pervert.
I was talking about the hive mind wolves. That was awesome. And then podcasts. I want to recommend
totally
2
forced to read this girl book. I don't know what it is. They totally made me do it.
All right, so we had a couple of technical difficulties there, guys. No big deal. Let's get back to what I was saying. So I want to recommend 2 podcasts. The first one is FSL Tonight. It's Tom Merritt and Justin Robert Young, and they do sports commentary on a fake sport, and all the teams are made up of fantasy and sci-fi teams.
I've listened to a couple episodes of that.
So this is the 3rd season, and this year the San Francisco Federation, the New York Avengers, and the Gallifrey Time Lords were all promoted into the FSL top league. And so you got the San Francisco Federation, which consists of Jean-Luc Picard and William T. Riker and Dr. Beverly Crusher. You've got Data on that team, and their big man is Worf.
No Kirk?
No, Kirk is part of the Vulcan Velocity. What are you talking about?
Okay.
And then you've got the New York Avengers, which I don't know if we heard us talking about teams earlier tonight, but they've got a huge roster. And then you've got the Gallifrey Time Lords, and that's the Doctor.
I'll say just one guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. The Doctor. That was a ruling at the beginning of the season because the Doctor can only play one position because they have a rule in the FSL about time-space fluctuation. So you've got K9 on utility, and you've got Amy Pond and Rory.
Oh, okay.
And, they're all out there. And so then you also got the Vulcan Velocity, which is James T. Kirk, Dr. Bones McCoy, and Spock, along with a few other Vulcans. And it's really interesting because last year they made the startling revelation to bring on humans onto the all-Vulcan team. That was kind of a big deal. And then, so they have 8 teams that they play. The Coruscant Empire, the Arrakis Sandworms. I'm trying to think of the other 2. The Rivendell Fellowship, which last year was made up of, a racially diverse team. You had a wizard, an elf, a dwarf, some hobbits, a couple of men, a couple of humans. This year, it's all dwarves except for Gandalf the Grey and Bilbo Baggins. Yeah. And then the last team, I'm missing one, is who am I missing? Anyway, so they do sports commentary on these. They do them in seasons, and you can only usually get the current season, but they're awesome. Tom Merritt and Justin Robert Young are very quick on their feet with all their thoughts, and they make it a lot of fun. And I highly suggest it. The other podcast I suggest, and I really suggest this one, only if you're really into history. It's called Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. So, for Dan Carlin's Hardcore History, I decided I was going to listen to the entire series called The Death Throes of the Roman Republic. There are 7 episodes. The first 6 episodes are between an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes apiece. The 7th episode to wrap up the series is 5.5 hours.
Oh my God!
But he goes deep into the concepts of what happened and why, and he only puts out an episode every 3 months or so. So that helps.
I can understand it.
Yeah. Well, and he does. Honestly, he does a lot of research and solid stuff, and really, really good. And he talks about everything to do with the topic, and like he'll start down one line and then come back and go down a different line and then weave them together to explain why he talked about either one of them to begin with. Super good. I reviewed it for the site a month and a half ago. It's stellar, but if you don't like history, don't listen. Honestly, if history is not your thing, this is not the podcast for you. Games, I just bought the DC deck building game. That's great. I also recommend Lords of Waterdeep, as always, because we played that a lot at Nerdtacular and made some friends doing it and had a lot of fun. Apps. I think Jesse will agree with me on this. I haven't gotten to play it, but we talked about it a lot at Nerdtacular. Space Team.
Oh yeah, Space Team's awesome.
It's iOS only, so you guys have iOS devices?
No, I got a Windows Phone 8.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Hey.
So what the listeners should do is go buy an iOS device. Space Team is free. Essentially, you have a command pad before you with things you can do. You can toggle the switch. You can rotate the spargle flacken, that kind of stuff. But then you have commands coming across the top, and they aren't always on your screen. They're sometimes on the screen of the people you're playing with, and you have to yell it at them. You have to get them to do that thing before the time runs out.
And you have to yell it because they're yelling at you, too.
Yes, they're also yelling at you. It's between 2 and 4 players, and when you get 4 people around a table all screaming different things, it's really fun. So I highly recommend Space Team, but it is iOS only. And then movies, Cabin in the Woods was good. We just watched Cloud Atlas about a week ago.
How was that?
I love that movie.
Dan, before you go see Star Trek, stop what you're doing. Hang up the phone right now. Go watch Cloud Atlas.
Really?
It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's amazing.
I did not enjoy that one at all.
And Jesse is no longer on the podcast because he didn't like that.
You have you have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, you have to watch the whole thing, and you have to open your mind up, Jesse. It's really, really good. And Tom Hanks and Halle Berry are both amazing in it.
So disappointed. I was expecting so much more out of it. I really was.
And now Hugo Weaving, you have to give him some credit for the the character he plays at the nursing home.
Yeah, the character he plays at the nursing home, Hugo Weaving, by far is amazing. Yeah. Can't think of anything else. We are watching The West Wing. I highly recommend The West Wing. It's a lot of fun.
Matt just started watching X-Files?
I'm actually way behind on X-Files.
How have you never seen the X-Files?
When it came out in the 90s, it appealed to me.
Yeah. Tom, if you have Hulu Plus, I'm not sure if it's available on Hulu by itself. Go watch at least a couple episodes of the X-Files and see how you like it.
I've seen a couple here and there, and I think I've watched both the movies, but I mean, back when it was popular back in the 90s, everybody was like, "Oh, X-Files," and I was like, okay.
Yeah, me too, and I'm starting to see why it was so good.
I'm actually trying to catch up on Fringe now.
And just to kind of wrap things up, I'm going to recommend 2 comic books to you guys.
Comic books? Where are they?
Okay.
Funny pages.
I don't know if you guys read this, but Atomic Robo.
I have read, yes.
Awesome. Atomic Robo is completely worth your time. Also, Six Gun Gorilla.
I love this.
They're both on Comixology. I highly suggest at least the first issue of Six Gun Gorilla. It's going to run you, I think, like $4. But check it out. Check it out. I'll let you read my copy, Jesse. If you like it, so just say thank you. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But it's about a war, and I'm being vague because there are things I don't want to explain. But it's about a war, and this soldier gets tasked to take this item from a general who's dying, and he gets tracked down by other soldiers, and then the six-gun gorilla shows up, and it is a gorilla with 6 guns. Imagine it. Close your eyes and just think to yourself, what if Clint Eastwood was a gorilla in a western, and that is the 6-gun gorilla.
Did you say this was on Comixology?
Yeah, Jesse gave me that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it digital only, or can you?
I don't know if it's digital only. It's a small publisher. Let me look it up real quick while I got you online, because it's. I can't say anything but good things about it. It's a story that took me places I didn't expect to go, and it has a depth to it that I'm looking forward to more of. The art is not bad, but it is not the best thing about it. The writing is amazing.
Right. Well, that's like speaking of 6-gun, the 6th gun.
Yeah.
I've just gotten into that from the guy's recommendation on Comic Dorks, and that's really good too. But yeah, like you said, the artwork is nothing to write home about, but the story is fantastic.
It's a Boom Studios release, and it's a 1 of 6, so you can probably pick it up.
Okay.
It looks like Simon Spurrier and Jeff Stokely. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with them.
Not off the top of my head, no. But
I'm sorry, I missed one podcast and comic book. This one runs together. Have you ever ever heard of Dakota Ring Theater?
No.
Dakota Ring Theater is old-timey radio. And they have 2 characters that are really big. The Red Panda and Blackjack Justice.
Now maybe the Red Panda sounds familiar. I may have heard of that.
The Red Panda just got put out by Monkey Brain Comics as a 3-part series, written by the guy who writes all the radio drama. And it is awesome. The comic book and the radio drama.
I like the noir one.
Blackjack Justice?
Blackjack Justice.
They're both very true to their time. I mean, it's better audio quality, but it's very true to its time. I really like it.
So is this podcast set up like a radio show from the 30s?
Yeah, it's about half an hour long, and they do all the same old stuff. Some of them even have old weird ads in them. Like every once in a while you'll hear one. Those are fun too.
That's really cool. And what was the name of this again?
Dakota Ring Theater.
All right, I will look into that.
So, yeah. Well, guys, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
when Nerds Collide?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's once a week, and you guys talk about comic book topics, but not necessarily comic books, right?
No. Sometimes it depends on our mood because we have so many ideas planned. I think right now we're on like a topic tangent.
Right. It's almost more like, I guess you would call it a pop culture podcast, because we talk about comics, we talk about movies, we talk about books, we talk about cartoons, just kind of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of crude humor.
Yeah.
That's because
there is some of that.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in the Navy for as long as I have been, it's old habits die hard, man.
Did you sail the 7 seas?
Just 2 of them.
Okay. So that song really that got you recruited in was kind of a lie.
In the Navy?
Yeah.
I knew the Village People was a strong influence on your younger life.
Huge influence. Huge.
What do you mean younger life?
Yeah, what do you mean younger?
I guess he is younger than you, so that counts.
Exactly.
All right, well, I think that's it tonight for the Nerds Domain podcast.
Well, we appreciate the invite, Matt and Jess.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no, we were happy to have you.
And we,
you can always...
I did not say that word.
You can always send us an email at nerdsdomain@gmail.com. You can catch us on Twitter. I'm @Quiet, and Jesse is @J_Kimmett.
I have no followers.
Or you... Oh, yeah, you do. You have at least one.
Do I?
Oh, I better go follow you.
I'll follow you, buddy.
And then you can catch these 2 guys over at Colliding Nerds. Dan, do you want to give out your personal one? That you say so much on?
Oh, my Twitter?
Yeah.
God, what is my personal one? I don't even know. I'm on Clyde.
So that's
Dan Red 81 or something.
I think it's Dan Red 81. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm never on it. I'm on ours.
And Tom, where can we find you on Pinterest?
Yes.
Just
You don't even hold on.
Just
You
look
don't-
for the pictures.
You don't even know the address, do you?
No, I don't.
It's Pinterest /WNC 2013.
Sure.
Oh, you're on there all the time. Do you know
Okay.
our website?
I just look at the pictures.
What's our website?
WhenNerdsCollide.net.
Oh, you got it right this
Know
time.
that one.
Good for you. You pay attention.
Okay.
You can find us over on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdsdomain. You can also follow the website at nerdsdomain. We want to thank Josh Shop for our music. He's awesome with that. If you'd like to help us out, head over to our website and click on the Amazon link and buy something through that. It's the same price, same shipping time, same shipping cost for you, but we get a little bit back.
Sweet.
And then if you enjoy our podcast, we encourage you to head on over to iTunes and write us a review and click some stars, and that'd be great. Oh, yes, I forgot to tell everybody this. We also have T-shirts available over at tinyurl.com/ndshirts. The letter N, the letter D, the word shirts. This is slashloot.com, and we really appreciate them carrying and helping us get our shirts out. And we love everything they've got up over there. It's a lot of Scott Johnson and Frog Pants stuff too. So
I love Frog
I think that's all right. I think with that, we'll step right out, and we will talk to you guys real soon.